up, everybody? It's Hibiscus Moon here today, and I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, crystal grids. One of the first things I started doing videos about on YouTube was crystal grids, and it kind of led me down a path. I had no idea where this was going to take me, and I'm so fortunate for the journey that it's taken me on. And I have an old crystal grids video that is still one of my most popular videos, and I use it to answer questions a lot of times for people. I think I made this video about 8 years ago in 2010, and it's high time I updated it.
All right, so you can set up crystal grids to do different things, infuse different intentions and energies. You can do a love crystal grid, you can do one for prosperity.
Since then, lots has happened. Based on that video, I started teaching a class, then I started a certification program and an academy. Backtracking a little bit from that class, I was asked by many people to write a book about it, so I long ago created this book in 2011, Crystal Grids, How and Why They Work, and it's been very successful. It, in fact, was the first book ever written on crystal grids. So let's get into it and talk about the crystal grids. So pretty much, I want to explain how to set up a grid and how to activate a crystal grid. Okay, we're back to my hands in a video, but this is the best way to explain how to do a crystal grid. Okay, so in this instance, I hope you cut me some slack. So I want to go over the grid components. We're going to keep it really simple. We're not going to get really complicated and add in all kinds of extra things. You certainly can do that, but it's not necessary. So the first component you want to have is your center stone. This piece is like your all-important communicator. It acts like a broadcaster for your grid's intentions. And your grid's intentions can be there's so many different intentions. I mean, as many intentions as you can think of, you can do a grid for it. I'm using fluorite as the main crystal in my crystal grid, and I always recommend that you never go with more than 3 crystals in a crystal grid, because that tends to introduce some chaos. I call it crystal chaos, and kind of muddies up the message. You want to keep it really clear. So like I said, this center stone is going to act as the broadcaster for your grid's intentions, sort of like a radio transmission tower. Okay, next you're going to need your surrounding stone. So you need to decide what kinds of crystals you want to use for that. And I'm going to stick with mostly fluorite, and I'm also going to introduce some clear quartz for amplifying the energy. I just want to show you this fluorite natural octahedron. So gorgeous. And yes, with fluorite, this grows naturally. However, it does not grow naturally as a point. So this has to be cut and polished if I wish to use a fluorite for my center stone and I want it to be a point so it can transmit the energy. And I can use natural for the surrounding stones because it actually grows like this. So like I said, I just kept the template very simple. I'm just surrounding it with the 6 octahedrons. If it's something that's calling to you, you can build upon your basic template. You can make it more complex and intricate if that's something you feel like you want to do. For instance, I have more octahedrons, little small ones, so I can put them on the interior here and kind of in between. And you just want to place them mindfully before we actually activate the grid. And then I'm going to use the clear quartz laser points to further amplify. It's perfectly okay to layer on another ring or more stones as long as you adhere to your original design template. And I do feel that it's important for your grid to be symmetrical as well and not asymmetrical. Now you can do a crystal grid for just about any purpose, like I said before, that you can think of. And a good purpose for fluorite would be, say you're looking to make a very important decision, or you're studying and you're currently in a course or some classes and you want to enhance your ability to retain the information that you're learning. A fluorite grid is great for that. You have an important exam coming up. That would be a great intention to use a fluorite crystal grid. And now I'm just placing these clear quartz laser points and I'm facing them outward. Usually I face the points pointing outwards, so that way they can further radiate the energy torus of this grid out. Another important component to your crystal grid is that you put it in a place that's sacred, a place that is sacred to you. Maybe it's a special room that you have, maybe it's just a tiny corner in a closet, just so that you have a place that's designated your own, that the crystal grid will be safe from pets batting the stones around or kids playing with them or messing with them. Just make sure it's a place that you've designated as sacred. You've cleansed it both physically and energetically. Maybe you light some incense there or a candle, you play some relaxing music there, or maybe you pray there, but a place that you've designated and it's sacred to you. Next, you're going to want to activate your crystal grid. So I have a special little box that I keep my activation wand in, some other grid supplies, and I actually use this clear Lemurian point for an activation wand. Now, it does not need to be a Lemurian crystal. All that you need for an activation wand is, I prefer natural whenever possible, is a natural crystal at least 2 inches long. This one's about 3 inches, with a tapered point on the end so that it's directing energy outwards. It always directs energy towards the point if it's a natural point. And your activation wand is the tool or device you're going to use to direct your intentions and energy into your crystal grid. It's going to actually kind of turn it on. Activating your grid with a wand is going to allow you to project your intention into your grid. Okay, next you're going to want to come up with an affirmation, a short affirmation of positive phrase or positive word that really just is a statement that summarizes what it is you would like your crystal grid to bring about. For example, for my fluorite grid, I could say something like, for my affirmation, I am very smart and capable of making the best and wisest decision for my highest good. You might want to write that affirmation down, and then with your activation wand in hand while stating your affirmation, point the activation wand at the center stone, and you're going to visualize energy beaming from your body into the wand and out through its point, the apex here, and into your center stone. Okay, then you're going to slowly move your wand from stone to stone as if you were just connecting the dots. Now I like to go with like stones to like stones. So I'm going to go to all my large octahedrons first and back to my center stone, just like as if you were cutting a piece of pie. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my small octahedrons. You go around and you do the same all the way around. You're just playing energetic connect the dots until you've connected all the stones within your grid with energy. And also, while you're stating your affirmation, you want to be visualizing your intention coming to fruition. Okay, I hope that was helpful in getting you started on your way to working with crystal grids. Crystal blessings. Namaste. Bye-bye.